To help you understand what the best credit score is, first let's talk about the differences between FICO and other legitimate credit scores and what I call fake or estimated credit scores. FICO credit scores is a brand of credit score formula started by Fair Isaac Company and is an abbreviation of their name. This type of credit scores and others like it are the ones that lenders rely on to determine your credit risk score. Fake scores, on the other hand, may actually be legitimate score models, but they are not used or recognized by lenders to determine your credit risk score, but instead is that own company's estimation of your credit risk using their own software instead of legitimately accepted credit scoring model. So there could be a big discrepancy between your FICO and your fake or estimated credit score. So keep that in mind. Not all credit score models are the same. So let's start with helping you understand more about legitimate credit scores. There are three major credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Each of these have their own credit score model that lenders will accept. For example, Experian uses the FICO credit score model, Equifax uses Beacon, and TransUnion uses FICO Classic, all of which are legitimately recognized credit scores by lenders and are the only credit scores that matter. So when a lender pulls your credit, they only pull legitimately recognized score calculations. There are several mysterious and vague aspects of the credit scoring formula, including its unconventional scoring range that starts at 300 and ends at 850. So why the 550-point difference? Well, who knows and who cares? What you need to know and care about is your credit score and how to obtain the best credit score possible. Each bureau has its own score range that ranges between 850 for the high and 300 for a low, and may vary from bureau to bureau within a 30 to 50 point range difference. The best credit score that you can attain is 850. 850 is rare nowadays and is really no different than a 750 credit score. That's because lenders are looking for the best credit score range, which is anything higher than 749. Credit scoring is used because banks employ salespeople who are not trained on how to read a credit report and how to understand to calculate the bank's risk. So the credit score is used to help bank and lenders make good decisions without requiring in-depth training of their sales teams. The best credit score range of 750 to 850 is considered an A credit score, which will qualify you for the best loan rates and terms. The rest of the scoring breaks down like this: 700 to 749 for a B rating, 600 to 699 for a C, 500 to 599 for a D, and anything below 500 an F. Well, at least you get a free pen. The lower your credit score range, the higher your interest rates will be and the worse your loan terms. Get too low and you won't qualify for a loan or credit card at all. If you are in the D or F range, creditors will see you as too great a risk and won't lend you their money. Not only does your credit score affect new loans, but it also affects existing accounts as well. Creditors whom you have already have accounts with often look at your credit record to see if you pose any new risk or if you've had any changes in your life. If your credit score is lower than when they issued you your creditor may lower your credit limit. Also, lenders have been known to reward good behavior as well. If they see an improvement in your credit score and you are in the best credit score range, your interest rate might be lowered and your limits raised. And yes, you should call them to remind them how wonderful you are to have such a high credit score and ask them to give you the best interest rate. Your credit score will fluctuate depending on account activity and your personal behaviors. So do everything in your power to achieve the best credit score possible and then maintain it. Here are a few tips to how to maintain the best credit score. Number one, pay your bills on time every month. Don't be a deadbeat. Don't be a slacker. Pay them on time. Number 2, keep your account balances below 30% of your credit limit. Number 3, have a healthy mix of types of credit, such as cars, car loans, credit cards, and so forth. Number 4, spread out the amount of debt you have among several cards or loans. Number 5, apply for credit or new credit only when necessary, like once or twice a year. Don't go hog wild and apply everywhere. And finally, don't close accounts as a strategy to raise your credit score. It does not work. Just do the best you can to stay on top of your account and review your credit history periodically. The more diligent and consistent you are, the more likely you are to achieve and maintain the best credit score. Thank you for watching, and good luck.